they laid out this new road, which is called the Mall. And you'll see in a moment when we go around the corner, this road leads right back up to Buckingham Palace at the far end. If anyone watched the royal wedding on TV, the big kind of procession after the wedding back up to the palace, came up the Mall here. It's used for lots of big, important royal events and occasions. You can also see here the road is red. That is to literally act like a red carpet, an even grander approach up to the palace. When they built this one, they also moved it. The previous version was a lot closer up towards us in this direction. When they built this one, they moved it right up against the banks of the River Thames. And the reason why they put it there was so that Parliament could never be surrounded on all four sides by like an angry mob of like student protesters. You would always have the river as an escape route. Oliver Cromwell, he was the guy who kind of led the forces against the monarchy in the English Civil War. He actually executed King Charles I and abolished the monarchy for about 10 years. It didn't even exist. But he was buried here when he died in 1658. And then 3 years later, when King Charles II restored the monarchy, they dug up Oliver Cromwell's corpse and they hanged him as a traitor. So a fairly kind of brief stint in the Church Hill on that occasion. Beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. That's pretty much all we need to know about him, his life.
Alright, so we're at Portobello Road. So as you can see behind me, it's very crazy. This market happens every Saturday, and people just come from everywhere and sell stuff. You can find anything, any antiques, anything here. It's pretty awesome. This district, this little stretch behind me is all food, but past that was just a bunch of just markets and everything. So we've been doing this for years. There's this song about it that made Sean listen to this morning, and yes, it's pretty awesome. Very crowded. I'm glad we found it.
About to go inside Buckingham Palace, and it is a more typical London day today. Nice and rainy.
London calling to the faraway towns. Now war is declared and battle come down.
Buckingham Palace, of course, is the residence of the Queen. And apparently, it was originally made by the Duke of Buckingham, right? Yeah, the Duke of Buckingham. And he showed it to the King, and he's like, check out my awesome palace. The King's like, I really like this. And he's like, I know, right? And he's like, no, I really like this. Like, I want it. So he basically forced him to sell it to him. And been in the royal family for like 400 years. And unfortunately, the Queen is not here today. But we have to go out and see it anyway. And we won't have any videography inside, so sorry world. Life is hard.
We're at Buckingham Palace. This is a beautiful thing. This is the backside, and behind the camera there is the gardens. It's very beautiful. We went through the estate room, some of them. Very nice. This is where 7,000 guests come for her 3 summer parties. It's very beautiful. Very
Think there's any like female members of the royal family that are single?
I don't think there are anyone for you, Sean. I'm sorry.
Dude, I want to get on this section over here.
It would be very nice to marry into this family for Sean Hills.
We'll see. I'll do some research. Get back to you.
Alright, so we are in the Tower of London area, castle area. This here is where all the jewels are kept. The largest diamond in the world fits in about the size of my hand.
Yeah.
It's pretty large. It's on the end of a scepter. And then another one's on a crown. There's a lot of very nice things in that room.
They're spoiled. Right now we're in the Bloody Tower, in the Tower of London. The Bloody Tower is hence named because of all the murders that happened here. Initially, the murder of the 2 princes of Charles II, I believe. and like his two sons were taken here and apparently like smothered and stuff. So originally it was called the something tower, the Brain Tower, but then it's changed to the Blight Tower because all the murders happened here.
Since it's been here, here comes the sun.
Right here, inside the Tower of London, this area around the water fountain is the site of where they executed the kings, King Henry VIII, his wives. So Anne of Cleves, Lady Jane Grey, all those ladies who the king was relatively displeased with or had them kind of arrested on really trumped up charges like witchcraft, incest and stuff. Basically, they just didn't like them. They couldn't produce enough male heir. They were all executed. Lovely.
Okay, we're in Beauchamp Tower. So we're in the top. This is where all the political prisoners or the people that the king and queen didn't like, they were put up in here. And this is all over the room. It's, people etch stuff into the walls.
And apparently, this says, "Oh, and a happy man that I am," but I think it's in Latin.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright.
So we just got done with this tour we found out about once we got here. They run 2 a day. And basically we get to go up on the scaffolding over here and we get to look at the old masonry and stuff because they're restoring it, which is pretty awesome.
Wander off and look at it on your own. Ask Cynthia, she can either take you over there to look at it or explain what it's about.
This is the Tower Bridge outside the Tower of London. It is properly named since it has 2 towers. This one was built, I think, around 1900. I'm guessing it served as a bridge.
So this is the Great Monument of London. It's pretty big. It's the tallest freestanding column in the world at 202 feet, and it was dedicated to the fire of London in 1666.
Indeed.
And it's pretty awesome, pretty tall. But all the buildings around it kind of have grown up around it, so we're not going up because we don't think it's that good.
And we're poor.
Yes, and we are getting poor. Tomorrow's the last day.
Let's go.
Has got to die.
This is the Rosetta Stone, which is one of the most significant finds in archaeological history because it helped translate the Egyptian hieroglyphs. Basically what it is a slab of stone with 3 languages on it. It has hieroglyphs on the top and then Demotic, which is the language of everyday Egyptians in the middle, and then on the bottom it has ancient Greek. So by using comparison, basically it's written the same thing in all 3 languages. So because of that, they were able to understand all of Egyptian hieroglyphs. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of Egyptian archaeology and helped people a lot. So it's really cool to see. It's basically just a slab of stone with those 2 languages on it. That's all.
Let me take you by the hand and lead you through the streets of London. Show you something to make you change your mind. Have you seen the old girl who walks the streets of London? Dirt in her hair and her clothes in rags. She's no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home in 2 carrier bags. Mama.